Hi Libra, welcome to your May 2022 reading. Taurus season. You know, it's so interesting because you and Taurus share the same ruler, Venus, right? You guys use it and use it. You guys use the Venus energy in completely different ways where your energy is used with Venus more in a justice kind of way where you're balancing out the scales. You do it gracefully, which is part of a Venus quality. But that's why you guys are like the great mediator. That's why, people will often say that a Libra can't make up their mind or they seem very wishy washy on subjects. And it's not that you're wishy washy at all, it's that you want to make sure that you're looking at both perspectives. You want to make sure that you're including your input for everybody involved, not just one party of it. And so it can really often look like Libras can't take sides, or Libra energy is just like out here just being flighty and doing whatever they want, yada, 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 whatever. But with you guys, there's always a point to it. Just like with Virgo, the Libra sign, the constellation, was made from the Virgo constellation and the Scorpio constellation. So you have both of their qualities as well. As you can really see in like a lot of signs, you can see the qualities of the sign before and the sign after. But with you, it's very specific in very specific ways. And because Virgo and Scorpio are so alike in a lot of ways, you take on that very like analytical and looking into things and, wanting to pinpoint stuff. Taurus season is no exception to that. Right now I'm doing this reading on the 27th. And so we have so many planets in Pisces right now. The moon actually just shifted to Aries, so there's a different state of mind than when the moon was in Pisces the last couple of days. But it's been very, very slow. And leading up to the Taurus solar eclipse, which is supposed to be a beneficial eclipse, however, in that benevolence, with your planet Venus joining up with Jupiter during the eclipse, even within that benevolence, you have to be willing to release things from your life. You have to be willing to let go of things from your life. Hold on one second. Okay. So, the benevolence of this solar eclipse is very real, but it also has so much to do with how you're allowing yourself to release things. And for the 8th house, this is the expectations of what others can give you, and really releasing the fact that nobody really owes you anything. I mean, I sat here and tried to think about it for a minute. What would anybody owe us, right? We place expectations on people and have them thinking that they owe us something, or have us thinking that they owe us something. I did this for you, so you must do this for me. The only time anybody owes you anything is if you are giving money to them and they have to give you change back and they owe you change. Or if you specifically said, we have a contract, I borrowed money, then you can go to the legal system. That's what Libra is all about, right? Okay. But when it comes down to relationships and the desire to be in relationships with other people, no one owes us. We have expectations of what people should be doing for us. But at the end of the day, nobody is property. Nobody, you cannot control anybody into doing anything. So this is how we start May. We start May right after that solar eclipse, and Venus immediately goes into Aries. She will trine Pluto on the same couple of days before the eclipse, and then we'll go into Aries. And with Venus and Aries, let's talk about the axis with Aries and Libra, the Aries-Libra axis. Aries is the warrior in the south. Libra is the relationship and the balance and the coming together and the union. May is full of a lot of changes. It's eclipse season. Changes are necessary for us to grow, and there's a lot going on. And in order for us to understand everything that's going on, we have to have faith and we have to just really trust, right? Man, after all of that shuffling, we get the moon as the first card that comes out. There's a lot of unknowns with the moon, right? But there's a lot of faith when it comes to the moon. The full moon eclipse that is happening in Scorpio on the 15th, this is changing. Whoa. All right. Wow. And your card is at the bottom there when that all fell apart. This is changing the way that you interact with people when it comes to with money and stuff, and with your environment and with your energy. There's a lot of, your values have shifted. I think that one of the biggest things that you're going to have to remember in May, because there are so many unknowns and so many changes happening at the same time, that looking back into your past and trying to figure out what the future is going to look like based on what your past looked like, that's going to create more chaos than if you allow yourself to say, I'm just going to take each step forward. I'm going to trust that the journey I'm on is the journey that I'm supposed to be going in. And the way that you do that is that you give yourself that effort, and you start having faith in yourself and start taking chances, and giving yourself a little bit be your own cheerleader. You guys are so good at being the hype guy for everybody else. It's time for you to be your own cheerleader too, right? Mercury's also going to go retrograde, and there's going to be a lot of communication issues. It'll be retrograde in your 9th house. So make sure also that all of your technology is being taken care of, and that you are making sure your car has been serviced and all of that stuff. And maybe not so much traveling. I think, and that starts on the 10th. So from the 10th to June 3rd, not so much traveling. Mercury will be retrograde in Gemini. So we have the moon, 6 of Cups, the Knight of Swords. This is that chaos, right? There's so many unknowns, and there are so many things that could happen, and it really could create irritability. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. I want to get a couple more cards. But really, this is the more that the moon and the 6 of Cups, the more that you look into the past and you try to create from what was instead of the things that you want to do in the future, the more it's going to, you'll stumble, right? There's also this air of needing to rush too, right? That Knight of Swords chaos, and feeling like things are a little bit rushed or things need to be more rushed. Lots of thought action going on here. Oh, wow. Okay. This is very interesting. The Knight of Cups. So when I'm looking at these cards, I see the Knight of Swords going straight to the past, the Six of Cups, right? For some of you, there's a relationship coming in, and it's coming in really, really quickly. And it feels very, like you feel extremely connected. And honestly, it 100%, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you met somebody during this time. I don't know that I would actually start a relationship during this time. I would get to know somebody. But yeah, like rushing into anything just because you have the feels for someone, like this really looks like with the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, look, they're both on the same wavelength. This guy is not. Do you see how that Knight of Swords guy is literally going against these other two that are just calmly moving along? So, and really that could go with a lot of things. If you continue to rush into things that you really desire, or if you continue to rush into things, without thinking for yourself, there can be a lot of, you're going to have to come back. You'll have to reassess it, right? Mercury retrograde will not be cute. You'll have to go back and relook at things and waste all that time and that energy. So, the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles is the Sun in Virgo, and it's about really taking that steady pace forward. The Knight of Cups is doing it in a way, you're not being abrasive, right? And this could also be being very patient for whatever it is that's coming in for you. If you're meeting somebody this month in May, I feel like that rushing the whole situation is going to be, man, you'll regret it. You don't want to do that. Make sure that you're really taking each step. I know that it can be agonizing, especially when it's in a new relationship. And when Venus goes into Aries, you're going to want to really rush into those relationships in a big way. The Six of Swords with the Ace of Swords. I feel like there's some kind of information. Aces are gifts from the universe. And when we receive the gifts from the universe, it's in the exact time frame that we're supposed to be receiving that gift, and no sooner or no later. And so with this Ace of Swords, I feel like you get information that eases your mind. There's something about that's really easing your mind. And it's after a time of allowing yourself to take the steps that you're supposed to take instead of rushing into whatever it is that you want to rush into. Because the Moon coming out as the first card, there are so many unknowns in May. I think that you'll be surprised about a lot of stuff. This isn't a bad reading, Libra. This is actually a really great reading because I feel like you have a lot of opportunities to to just have some good moments coming in. The Six of Swords and the Six of Cups really makes me feel like you're moving into more balanced territory. And like we talked about in the beginning of the video, that's what you guys desire. You incarnated as a Libra to learn how to, you didn't come into this world automatically being balanced. You came in, this is your mission, right? You want to bring balance to yourself. I mean, you want to bring balance to the world, but the way that you do that is by bringing balance to yourself first. So we're going to get further into the astrology in the extended, and we will also we'll clarify all of these cards and really get into this. I'm really interested to see because there are just so many things that could be coming out of this, and I don't want you to rush into stuff. So All right, my loves, take good care of yourselves. I'll see you in the extended. Bye.